guy. He's written a fantastic book. Everybody's talking about it. Go get it. And he's been my friend right from the beginning of this whole beautiful event. And we're going to turn it around and make our country great again. Amen.
All right, Jack Posobiec, we are back here, Human Events Daily, Washington, D.C. We're on with Dr. Alejandro Diaz. He is the Chief of Pediatric Medicine over at the Wellness Company. If you want to check them out, by the way, and all the great things that they have to offer, all natural solutions, the ultimate spike detox as well for anyone who's come in contact with this. It's really easy. I use Wellness Company. I love their stuff. I love their kits. I've got them all over the place here. You just go to twc.health/POSO, twc.health/POSO, and save 10% plus free shipping with promo code POSO. By the way, these kits, I love them so much. I've got them for myself. I got them for my wife. I've got them for my family members. So we just keep loading up, and it makes a great gift too if you want to get it in terms of that for something that's a little bit different, but also something that really helps people in your family. I wanted to get into, there's been a story that has been, and Dr. Diaz, this has been really rocking all over social media. People came to me with it, and then boom, we see this in Martha's Vineyard just a couple of days ago. Meat and dairy allergies, they claim from tick bites, are now skyrocketing. Where? In Martha's Vineyard this summer, as well as all over the country. They're talking about this alpha-gal syndrome. I want to play a clip now describing it.
Have like meat for dinner at night, and I'd be absolutely fine after I ate it. And then in the middle of the night, I would wake up and I would be throwing up or have severe stomach pain. I have abnormal levels of the alpha-gal in my blood work.
The bite of a Lone Star tick seems to cause an immune system response that can result in folks having an allergic reaction to the consumption or exposure to this alpha-gal sugar.
Prior to her diagnosis, Miller says she struggled with mysterious and uncomfortable symptoms for years. Miller says she would also get hives or rashes, asthma issues, and fatigue.
You start thinking that it's in your head, you're making these things up. The muscle aches and problems with my muscles and stuff like that. What's the first thing you go to? You go to an anti-inflammatory, you go to Tylenol, you go to some ibuprofen. Well, I was making it worse because they have nano products in them.
Dr. Diaz, walk us through this. What is alpha-gal syndrome? Why does it seemingly cause this allergy to meat and dairy products? And is this really just something that came out of ticks?
Wow, I didn't know you were going to ask me this, Jack, but this is very interesting, and it's very kind of fairly new syndrome, and it's called alpha-gal syndrome, or AGS. There has been diagnosed approximately 90,000 cases since the early 2000s. That's pretty much about 11,000 cases approximately a year. And so it's what it is. It's a foreign protein that it gets from a tick bite, and the reason it's called alpha-gal1, it's because there are two molecules of galactose, which is galactose 1 alpha 1,3 galactose, and it's a foreign protein because that protein, it's unique for mammals, specifically cows, pork, deer, and lamb, and many others, but these are the most important. It's not common. It does not exist in human. So once you get infected or once you get a tick bite, you will get sensitized, and the patient will produce what we call IgE, specific antibodies. So when that specific person or patient will eat red meat again, they can develop what we call a severe allergic reaction with skin hives, swelling of the ears, the eye, the lips, respiratory problems like coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, heart problems as well, low pressure, palpitations, gastrointestinal problems like diarrhea, abdominal pain. And, you know, it mimics an allergic reaction, almost an anaphylactic reaction. So it is very interesting. The tricky part here, Jack, is that you have to be very well trained. Why? Because as allergists, we see patients that they develop what we call hypersensitivity type 1. That's an immediate reaction. Like, let's say somebody is allergic to peanut. They eat peanut, and immediately, within minutes, sometimes seconds, they develop the problem. Same for the other allergens. Here, it's a different story. It can take from 2 to 6 hours after that. So it's kind of tricky. And the other tricky part for my allergy colleagues worldwide is that not every time that the patient that it's allergic to this foreign protein will develop when they eat red meat again. So it's very tricky. It's fairly new kind of a disease, and we have to be prepared. So I recommend everybody to go and be checked by their allergist.
No, I think that's exactly right. And for folks that are worried about this in general, I would also suggest twc.health/POSO. Just head in there, make sure you've got stockpiles that are run up on this. But this syndrome, you know, it's really just the symptoms of it are really strange. And it's got a lot of conversation out there about, you know, where it really was that the origins of alpha-gal came from. And I'm honestly not someone who's dug in on it as much as I was on COVID-19, but I do hear a lot of people saying that it acts very differently to other syndromes that we've seen before.
Yeah, so I'm an allergist, immunologist, and pediatrician. So I've been trained to see all sort of allergic reactions and those kind of reactions. We have been in touch with ticks for thousands of years. We've been eating red meat for thousands of years. How come this is a new trend? So it's important. You know, here I just want to put the facts, and then I want everybody to make their own conclusions.
Well, no, I think that's exactly right, and it's obviously something new, some kind of new syndrome that's come out, and the fact that it's all over Martha's Vineyard of all places is incredible as well, because you imagine when you think in terms of vaccination rates, when you think in terms of boosters, they've got everything. They've got absolutely everything up in Martha's Vineyard, that you have concierge doctors and all the rest, and yet even they can't seem to figure out how to deal with this.
That is exactly right. And something important to mention is that the vast majority of all the cases, this close to 90,000 cases, they have seen in southeast of the United States and Midwest. So it's interesting. There are some important issues that we have to take a look as allergists.
No, I think it's exactly right. And, you know, it's something that, of course, you know, people worry about Lyme disease, you know, even to this day, the other famous tick-borne illness. And it's something that it's even to this day, as even though that's been around for decades at this point, that's still something that causes a lot of concern and can in some cases still be deadly.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Once anybody is facing one of our biggest fear as allergists or doctors, it's to encounter with the patient with an anaphylactic reaction. That's a life-threatening problem, and we have to act immediately. But I strongly recommend anybody who are dealing with new hives and things along this line that they go in and be checked by their local allergist.
I couldn't agree more. And so thank you, Dr. Alejandro Diaz. I want to remind people again, go and check out twc.health/POSO, twc.health/POSO. If you're looking for some spike detox, or you want to just have one of their travel kits or emergency kits, I urge you to have them, because you never know. Thanks again for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, you have my permission.